Hi, my name is Donna Gamache, and my company is Donna Gamache Global, and I want to talk with you today about how to create a powerful business presence. So, how long do you think it takes to make a first impression? If you said 3 seconds, you're right on the money, and I know that does not sound like a lot of time, but research shows that it truly is enough time for someone to form an opinion about you, about your education status, about your business, and about where you live. So if we establish that, then we know that first impressions are indeed important. But why are they so important? Well, when you think about it, if we lived in a perfect world, there would be no judgments. But we don't live in a perfect world, and I think we can agree on that. So in this imperfect world, we tend to judge a lot. So we naturally, when we're looking for a house, will judge a house by its curb appeal. We'll judge books by their covers. And so doesn't it make sense that we judge people by their appearance when we know nothing else about them? I want to talk about this in just a little bit of a different light, and that's when you're making face-to-face encounters. I found that there was a sociolinguist named Albert Mehrabian who did a comprehensive research study on communication. And he found that in your face-to-face encounters, it's 7% of your verbal message is from the words that you use. 38% of your verbal message is from the tone, inflection, and pace of your voice. And so that leaves more than 50% or 55% of your verbal message comes from your appearance and your body language. I don't think we can argue with that one. I think that says a lot. So it says a lot about how important it is in our face-to-face encounters and making our first impressions that we present the very best one that we can. I want to put it another way, and I think this is even more amazing. Another study showed that appearance matters even when nobody else is seeing you. This study said that we as Americans have up to 55 opportunities throughout the day to see our reflection in something. So when I first read it, I thought, well, 55 times? That seems like a lot, but think about it. Rear view mirrors, elevator doors, windows. I can even see myself in my iPad. That's a reflection. So since we have up to 55 times to see our reflection, that's up to 55 times that we have to either feel really good about our physical selves or to feel negative about how we look and about our physical selves. So it is important. I mentioned building a powerful business presence, and I want to define what that is before we go any further. Now that we've established that it is important to reflect that personal image in a very important way, especially for your business. So when it comes to a powerful business presence, I think it exudes professionalism both visually and in your verbal and nonverbal communication skills. It basically says that you're composed and controlled in every situation, that you command respect in the workplace, and it says that you're savvy, you're confident, and you're resourceful. You know, it says that you know how to handle yourself in any business situation. So a powerful business presence is something that can truly change your business. Now, let's think about it in a little bit different way, and that is if you were a product. If you were a product, there would be companies that would spend millions of dollars and they would spend hours and hours trying to figure out what your label would look like. Because as we all know, labels sell products. So when it comes to labels, I want you kind of to think in your mind about going into a grocery store. In the grocery store, you're looking for a bottle of wine. You see this bottle on the left on the shelf. It has no label. And then you see this bottle next to it on the right on the shelf. Which bottle would you choose? Now, 98.999% of the research that I have done and the people I've talked to would choose the bottle on the right. And why? Why would you choose it? Well, because it's pretty. because it looks nice. It actually is a label. It has something on it. And without knowing what's on the inside of the bottle, you're going to go naturally with what's on the outside. But what if I told you that what's inside, the bottle that's on the left is far superior to what's inside the bottle on the right? Now, you wouldn't have known that based on what you're seeing from the outside. So just another way to think about what you want your wrapper to say, what you want your packaging to say. So since your visual presence is your first impression, that is the first thing that I want you to think about. What do you want your image to convey? What do you want the reaction to be from prospects, from clients, from colleagues? This truly is your instant brand message in the workplace. Now, I think it's important that you see some of the clients that I've worked with, because I think you'll truly understand what the difference that's been made. And I find that people many times want to know what is their personal style, how should they be dressing, and that's how I work with clients. So this first one, this woman owns a successful senior healthcare service in Illinois. As a matter of fact, it's so successful that she's able to walk away from the business and have it managed and run by someone else while she pursued her true dream. And that was to be a business coach so she could teach other people to have a successful business like she did. But she knew there was a disconnect between the way she's showing up and the way she needed to show up in business. So if you take a look on the right now at the transformational picture, you'll see what a difference it's made. She turned out to be our dynamic driver, which is a gutsy, take charge CEO kind of a woman. So we put her in dress that reflected that on the outside. She's got on a professional suit. We've changed up her hair and makeup a little bit. And you can see by the smile on her face, she's very happy. She's confident in who she is now because she truly is reflecting who she is from the inside out. Now, a powerful business presence radiates three things. The first is poise. Let's go to poise first. The second is personal power. And the third is personal style. Now, I want to break that down just a little bit so that we talk about each one of them for just a second. So a powerful business presence exudes professional poise. And what is poise? Well, it's the art of authentically being yourself with comfort and ease. If you're comfortable with who you are, you're going to make other people around you feel comfortable. Have you ever been in that work environment where someone didn't have that confidence, so they were trying to be someone else? They were trying really, really hard to be like someone else in the office because they thought that was going to get them an advancement. Well, I have, and I can tell you it's awkward and uncomfortable. On the other hand, have you been around people who are confident and they feel at ease and comfortable with who they are? It makes a huge difference. You actually want to be around that person. So that's poise. And poise many times it takes time to meditate, to have some time to yourself, so you quiet what I call the itty bitty pity committee in your head that's always telling you negative things and telling you you can't do it. So keep that in mind and have this professional poise about you. The second is personal power, and I love what businessdictionary.com defines as personal power. They say it's the influence over others, the source of which resides in the person instead of being vested in the position he or she holds. I'm going to read that one more time because I think it's that important. Personal power is the influence that you have over others, and the source of that power resides in you instead of being invested in your position or title. I think that's pretty big. I think that's pretty huge. Then the third one that is a part of your powerful business presence is living your personal style. Now, this is one where I love to work with clients. Many people do not dress, as we saw before, the woman that I showed you that had the transformation. she was not dressing in her personal style and in her power. Having your own personal style really means that you know how unique you are on the inside, and that you want to reflect that on the outside so other people see how unique and how different you are. I want to go through the 5 personal styles for women and the 5 personal styles for men, because I think you will start to understand and maybe even relate yourself to what those personal styles are. And then we'll talk a little bit more about some client transformations and about how you might start thinking about your own personal style. So the first one that shows up, this is the woman, her style that I talked about earlier. This is my dynamic driver. This is a gutsy CEO, take charge kind of woman. So when it comes to dressing, it does need to be something that is fairly simple, but yet showing their dynamic driver personality through great chunky jewelry, designer shoes, designer handbags. The second one is the spirited sport. This is my always on the move, energetic people person who needs to be in clothes that move with them because they're always on the move. So comfortable shoes, ponte knits, if you're doing a suit, fabrics that allow you to stretch and move throughout the day. Now the next one is my endless romantic. This is a real caring individual, very supportive and somewhat of a dreamer. They love things of the past. So when it comes to dressing, we try to put them in details that are feminine. So think of not rustles, but ruffles. Think of touches of lace, once again, some comfortable shoes, and possibly some floral or soft floral prints with soft fluid fabrics. The next one is my timeless classic. Now this woman is very dependable. She's the go-to in the office. She's typically confident, self-assured. And when it comes to what to wear, she loves to have classic, very tailored, defined features. So think of your classic jackets, think of sweater sets. And when it comes to jewelry, pearls are her quintessential go-to piece. And last but not least is my trendy, alluring woman. She's full of life, she's charismatic, she's fun, she's creative, and she loves the trends. Her problem is typically over-trending, so we have to be careful with that. But so we put her in things that are up to date, that are modern, that have trends and that are trendy. Give her a haircut that is a little bit more fun and flirty, and she loves the animal prints and things with a little bit of bling. So that's the 5 personal styles for women. We also have 5 personal styles for men, and the first of those being my elegant man. I want you to think James Bond with this one. He's full of life, he's charismatic, a little mystery about him, and always discriminating. Think of this man as always being impeccably dressed and loving to wear his tux. The second man is our dramatic man. He's bold, he's gutsy, he's confident, and he likes to get noticed. So something in a suit, or if he wears a sport coat, a pocket square that's going to give a splash of color is something perfect for him. Next is our classic man. He's warm, he's friendly, he's approachable, and has that air of a gentleman. So we put him in more traditional pieces. A suit is typically very perfect for him with a more traditional white or blue shirt and a tie. The next is our natural man. Now this is my man who's got a caring, genuine, supportive, sincere nature about him. He's like your best friend. He likes natural fibers, so if he's going to wear a suit and be professional, he might prefer a good quality linen or a good quality cotton blend, something that's going to give and move with him. And then last but not least is our sporty man. He's an easygoing, practical, grounded, uncomplicated man. So he likes things that are going to move with him. So I put him basically in a pair of jeans and a sport coat because it's going to be something that he's going to be comfortable in all day long. So those are our 5 personal styles for men. Now, another client transformation, because I love for you to see the difference between before and after. This woman came to me. She was an admin assistant and wanted to start her own virtual assistant company. And she knew there was a disconnect between the way she was presenting herself. As a matter of fact, she really admitted to me that she basically was just in a funk. You know, she had just not really cared that much about her appearance for a while. So as you can see from the picture on the right, after we did her analysis, she turned out to be a spirited sport. She has to have clothes that move with her, but I wanted to give her brighter colors, wanted to give her a haircut that's easy, but yet more professional looking. And as you can see from her picture, her confidence level, I love what she said after we did her makeover. She said, "I never thought I could look this way." So she's so confident that now her business is starting to grow, and she's starting to help others feel confident about themselves as well. Details make a difference when it comes to presenting a powerful business presence. I'm going to use this as an example to let you know that if you don't have a good tailor, you should. I have seen clients and professionals with very expensive jackets on. And I'm primarily speaking about women right now, because men, you know that if you have a jacket, you typically are going to have it tailored, correct? But women, we need to make sure that we do the same thing. You can take a jacket from a retail boutique and take it to a tailor and have it fitted to your body, and it will change the look and make it look like $1,000,000. So if you don't have a good tailor, I'm going to suggest you get one so that you have an impeccable fit. You also need to consider quality. Make sure that you're buying the best quality clothing that you can. Now let's talk about hair and nails and good grooming for just a moment. When it comes to your nails, for men and women, you need to make sure that you're having either a manicure or you're doing it yourself, so your nails are clean, they're filed, and they look good. Winter time, many times it's putting a little bit of extra lotion on so that it makes your hands look even better. When it comes to hair for men, for you guys, it's really just about keeping a regular appointment, keeping it trimmed, keeping it looking good. For women, it's a little more complicated than that. So I'm going to share with you what I read from a New York stylist. He recommends that for women, you change up something about your hair every 5 visits. Now, that may seem like a lot, but think about it. You can change your bangs to no bangs. You can put in low lights. You can change the way it's cut. You can put in highlights. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. So I think the reason he recommends that is because from what I see of the people that I work with, the ones with the current haircuts that are keeping up with it are more stylish, more professional, and it actually makes you look a little bit younger as well. Now, when it comes to details, there's a way to show your personal style. So for men, if you're that elegant man, a monogram on your sleeve would be a perfect way to show that. Maybe a contrasting thread inside the button or the buttonhole is a way to bring out your personality. And for men, ties is a perfect way to show your personality. Just make sure that you come up with an impeccable fit, you have good grooming, and you have something that really reflects who you are. So what should your image say? It should say you're confident, you're powerful, you're an expert in your industry, and you know who you are from the inside out. So I want to share one more client transformation with you. This woman came to me, basically, it's been probably 2 or 3 years ago, knowing that there was a disconnect between the way she was going into business for herself and the way she was presenting herself. You see, she's a creative woman, yet if you see the picture that's before you, and in the classes I've done, as I ask what you think she does, you might think she's in a position that is not creative at all. So once we did her personal style analysis and found out she was our trendy, alluring woman, So the woman who's full of life, who's charismatic, and is creative. You can see by the transformation on the right that we truly have brought out her personality from the inside out. You know, she's more magnetic than ever before. And being magnetic and being confident and at ease with who you are creates this, it basically makes people want to be around you. You're a people magnet, which can only be a great thing for building and growing your own business. So, do you want to know more about how you can have standout style and build a powerful business presence? I'd love to help you with that. So, I want to offer you today a 30-minute personal style consultation free of charge. If you live in our area, I'm more than happy to meet you for coffee, or if you're out of the area, we can certainly do it via phone. Either way works. You can contact me either by email or by phone. My email address is donna@donnagamash.com, and my phone number is 314-662-3892. I truly hope that you've learned something about creating a powerful business presence, and that you'll think about your image and what you want to convey to your clients and to your prospects. Thank you so much.